Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Figueroa and Associates. For consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.
Hello, my name is Mary Campbell, legal assistant at the law firm of Figueroa and Associates, and your presenter with a special immigration report.
Federalism, destruction of the United States, government structure, international relations, and the economic consequences of the war against immigrants and diversity, equality, and inclusion. Over the past 3 decades, the United States has witnessed a significant transformation in its federal structure, marked by a resurgence of federalism that has redefined the balance of power between national and state governments. This evolution has culminated in the policies of 2025, notably influenced by Project 2025, a comprehensive conservative agenda. The dominance of Federalist principles within the Republican Party is poised to shape U.S. relations with Western Europe, intensify anti-immigrant policies affecting the American economy, and substantially impact the real estate industry by escalating housing costs. The evolution of federalism in the United States. Federalism, the division of power between national and state governments, has undergone various phases in American history. In the late 20th century, new federalism emerged, aiming to return certain powers to the states. This movement sought to decentralize federal authority, granting states greater autonomy in policy implementation. However, the early 21st century experienced a shift towards cooperative federalism, characterized by intertwined responsibilities and collaborative governance between federal and state entities. The post-9/11 era exemplified this cooperative approach, as national security became a shared priority necessitating coordinated efforts across all government levels. Federal initiatives often required state and local execution, leading to a complex interdependence. Despite this collaboration, tensions persisted, particularly when federal mandates imposed obligations on states without accompanying funding, leading to debates over the balance of power and financial responsibility. Project 2025, a conservative blueprint. In 2022, the Heritage Foundation, in collaboration with over 140 former Trump administration officials, introduced Project 2025. This initiative aimed to craft a comprehensive roadmap for conservative governance, emphasizing a robust federalist approach. The project's policies advocate for reducing federal oversight, enhancing state sovereignty, and implementing significant reforms across various sectors. A cornerstone of Project 2025 is the restructuring of the federal workforce. The Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has initiated substantial reductions in federal employment, a move praised by figures like Elon Musk. These layoffs reflect a strategic shift towards minimizing federal intervention, entrusting states with greater responsibility in areas traditionally managed at the national level. This decentralization aligns with the project's objective to diminish federal bureaucracy, granting states the latitude to tailor policies to their unique demographics and needs. Dominance of Federalist ideals in the Republican Party. The Republican Party's trajectory over the past 3 decades has been increasingly influenced by Federalist ideals. This shift emphasizes state autonomy, limited federal government, and a return to constitutional originalism. The adoption of Project 2025's principles signifies a consolidation of these ideals, positioning federalism at the forefront of the party's platform. This ideological dominance has manifested in various policy decisions, including attempts to override local governance. For instance, President Trump's proposition for federal intervention in Washington, D.C.'s local affairs underscores a willingness to centralize authority when deemed necessary, particularly in areas like crime and urban management. Such actions highlight a nuanced application of Federalist principles, where the federal government asserts control to address issues perceived as inadequately managed at the local level. Impact on U.S.-Western Europe relations. The ascendancy of federalist policies has profound implications for international relations, especially between the U.S. and Western Europe. The Trump administration's foreign policy exhibits a departure from traditional alliances, favoring bilateral agreements and a more insular approach. This realignment is evident in the administration's interactions with European nations, where its support for right-wing regimes has strained long-standing partnerships. Vice President J.D. Gance's remarks at the Munich Security Conference, criticizing European leaders and expressing support for far-right groups, have further exacerbated tensions. Such positions suggest a U.S. foreign policy that prioritizes nationalist interests, potentially at the expense of multilateral cooperation. This shift may lead to a diminished U.S. influence in European affairs and a reevaluation of transatlantic alliances. Escalation of anti-immigrant policies and economic ramifications. The Federalist resurgence has also intensified anti-immigrant policies, with significant economic consequences. The administration's stringent immigration stance includes mass deportations and fortified border security measures. While aimed at curbing illegal immigration, these policies have inadvertently led to labor shortages in sectors heavily reliant on immigrant workers, such as agriculture, construction, and service industries. The reduction in available labor has disrupted supply chains, leading to increased production costs. Consequently, consumers face higher prices for goods and services, contributing to an elevated cost of living. Moreover, the aggressive deportation strategies have instilled fear within immigrant communities, resulting in decreased consumer spending and economic participation, further dampening economic growth. Implications for the real estate industry. The real estate sector has been notably impacted by these policy shifts. The labor shortages in construction, exacerbated by anti-immigrant measures, have led to delays in housing projects and increased labor costs. These challenges, coupled with rising material expenses, have driven up the overall costs of new housing developments. As a result, the affordability of new apartments and homes has declined, intensifying the housing crisis in many urban areas. Prospective homeowners and renters face higher prices, while developers grapple with tighter profit margins. This situation underscores the interconnectedness of immigration policies and economic sectors, illustrating how federalist-driven decisions can have cascading effects on the housing market and broader economy. The American and political landscape reshaped. The resurgence of federalism over the past 30 years, culminating in the policies of 2025 and the influence of Project 2025, has profoundly reshaped the American political and economic landscape. The Republican Party's embrace of federalist principles has redefined domestic governance and international relations, leading to strained alliances with Western Europe, heightened anti-immigrant policies, and significant impacts on industries such as real estate. As these dynamics continue to evolve, it remains imperative to critically assess the long-term implications of a federalist approach on the nation's unity, economic vitality, and global standing.
Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Figueroa & Associates. For consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.